me back. I'm gonna do 8 hours straight.
Yes.
I marked it down and said, I'm doing 8 hours straight of elementary.
I have elementary. It'll be amazing. Yeah, I can kind of see you in that school somehow.
Let them know. Call up the casting people.
Yeah. Who has contacts with Hulu and Disney? Yeah.
Yeah, let them know.
In terms of drama, what do you watch on TV? What could you see yourself jumping into if you had the chance to guest star?
Dramas. Oh my God, there's so many things. I mean, Slow Horse is one of my favorites. I swear, I would pay someone some money.
Who has contacts at Apple TV+?
Yeah. Because I reckon I'd make a great Slow Horse. Who's has had a really
tough life.
dark past.
Dark.
And she ends up there and she's bitter and she's angry, but she's good.
Yeah, I can totally see you as the Slow Horse for sure.
Yeah.
Now, since I heard you said memory wasn't too great, but fast forward a bit in terms of your more recent roles.
Okay.
One I'm going to start highlighting is actually one I don't think everybody here has seen, but on Netflix recently you starred Champion and you played the mean, annoying record producer.
Yeah.
What was that experience like in working with Candace Harvey-Williams?
Candace she's an icon. She's an amazing woman, and we've become friends now. Yeah, I'm friends with everyone. Yeah. She's funny, she's kind, and the script, it was like a gift for me. That character was just like, oh my goodness. And the cast, I'm just gutted we didn't go for a season 2.
I know, I was really disappointed. I was like, this is setting up.
I think season 2 will happen, but it's not going to happen as quick as we would like it to.
Oh, that's good. I mean, I'm sure there's definitely more to the story.
When you say she was mean, I thought she was lovely.
You know what it is? You're watching from the point of view of the kids who are trying to make it in the industry, and she's all like tough and mean. And,
Yeah.
You know.
But she was a bit kooky.
She was a bit kooky too.
Yeah. She wasn't. I mean, she wasn't a good record producer. I mean, she wasn't good. Again, there's a theme in this. Cast Joe. If someone can't do something, get Joe to do it. She was a rubbish record producer who sold the artist down the river. Get a chance to watch Champion?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. You guys watch it.
Yeah.
And then, interestingly enough, I was looking up and down your IMDb page. You haven't done a lot of period dramas compared to other British actors, even other who've done Doctor Who and other things. But you did do the Long Song a couple of years ago, which then eventually made its way to PBS. But what was that experience like? And did you actually film in Jamaica?
No, we thought we were going to film in Jamaica. So when I pulled the gig, I was like, I'm going to Jamaica. And then they said no. No. We ended up shooting in Dominican Republic, which was really beautiful as well. Really beautiful. But you can imagine a period piece like that. We got the petticoats, the many layers, the sackclothing in that heat. So when you say what it was like, the lasting memory was, I was hot. I was hot. And also, you can imagine again the subject matter.
Yeah.
We're looking at our ancestors and we're treading in their shoes, and it was on some days it got quite emotional, very emotional in fact, when you would see where we were living and what we had to cook with, and the scene. I remember the scene when a grown man, Lenny Henry's character, in fact, when the mistress of the house wasn't happy about something, he'd spent too much money on the candles or something, and she slapped him in his face, and my character stood beside him, and my character's mad, and she goes to make her like she's going to do something, and they hold me back, and I'm thinking, when we were in rehearsals, I was like, no, I think she should break out, and they were like, remember where they were.
This was 1832. You can't do that.
You can't do that. Yeah. And I was still walking with my 20% sensibility. It was tough. It was a tough shoot.
Would you consider doing another period drama, or you're just like, I want to be modern day clothing?
No, I've got no. It's all down to the script. And the story. If the story talks to me, and I think it's an important story to be shared, that's where it's at. So whether it's period, whether it's this, it don't matter to me.
Would you consider doing another sci-fi series aside from Doctor Who? Because
Star Wars.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so why Star Wars, and who's your fave, and who would you want to run around with? Because there's so much in the Star Wars universe.
Listen, let me tell you something. I want to be one of the explorers. I want to be Darth Vader's love child. The one that no one knew about. Here she comes. Dum, dum, dum.
I mean, although it's a really cool outfit because, you know, the smash.
Come on. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Give me
don't.
one of them things, what do they call it? The saber? The
lightsaber.
The lightsaber?
Yeah. Because I don't see you trying to hold Grogu at all, but
No. Come on.
not.
Yeah. So Star Wars. I wouldn't mind a bit of Star Trek. I grew up on Star Trek as well. Let's have it. And they've rebooted Star Trek, haven't they?
Yeah, several times over.
My friend is in Star Trek at the moment, playing some kind of creature. Do you know a comedian called Yashere?
Yes.
Yashere?
Yeah.
She's in it.
Someone call Paramount.
Get them on the phone.
All right, now my favorite, most recent role of yours is Susie in Marlowe Murder Club.
Wow.
Tell us, how did they approach you? Like, what? Just tell it all.
Well, so obviously they call you an agent,
Yeah, of course.
and then my agent said, look, there's this thing, Robert Thorogood, he writes these books, he's the guy that created Death in Paradise.
Which is interesting, because I didn't see, it's funny, every single black British actor has been on that show except for you, which is weird.
No, I've done it. You missed it. I did a Christmas special. You missed it. I trust me. You don't got to bed early to get this girl.
Oh, it's always.
Yeah, I did the Christmas special about 3 years ago. I did the Christmas special. Yeah, when we're still doing it. I can't remember who I played again. It's all a blur. But anyway, yeah. So I did.
Oh, you got me.
Yeah, no worries. But going back to, and she said, Robert Thorogood, and then I read one of the books, and I was like, these characters are like, they're modern day Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
The retired archaeologist, the dog walker, my character Susie, and of course the quintessential Vicar's wife.
Can't have any murder village without a vicar or
the
his
Vicar's
wife.
wife. Come on, let's get real. And so I was and then they said they'd cast Samantha Bond. This money penny, come on.
Yeah.
And I was a fan of hers. I watched her in Downton. I was like, she's just amazing. And it was an offer that I couldn't refuse.
Of course not.
Yeah. And so I jumped on, and no regrets because now we just finished filming season 3.
And good news for fans, season 2 is literally airing on PBS tomorrow after the con.
Yeah.
Can you give us the season 2 teasers?
Season 2's teasers?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to see it tomorrow. Why am I going to ruin anything? You're going to see it tomorrow. All I will tell you is there's some more spice coming.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's...
And the other thing I can tell you, the big secret, guess what?
What?
People die in Marlowe.
There is one, I've seen the whole thing already, but there is one action scene, I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, I know the one.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about filming it that day?
Oh, so we had all our stunt women there that day.
Yeah.
You mean on the motor scooter?
Yeah, the motor scooter, that was me.
What do you call it? Is it motor? What do you call it? That's not
Motorbike, motorcycle,
mobility.
No, it's more like a disability aid.
handicap scooter.
Yeah.
Mobility. In England, we call it mobility scooter.
Yeah.
And we 3 of us were giving chase for some guy. And he's on a bike, and we're on foot. Obviously, Sam's character can't run. She's getting on. And I see someone with a mobility scooter and I ask if I can borrow it, and we 3 of us jump on, and lots of fun ensues. Yeah. And I thought, when we were first filming, I think, this is a bit corny, I don't know if this is going to work. But it really worked.
I felt like y'all were in real danger.
Yeah.
Pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's probably leaning into the genre of that show, you know what I mean? It represents the whole show, you know what I mean? So
my favorite aspect about it is not just the friendship involved, but also just the fact that it's 3 older women.
Yeah, absolutely.
Completely.
To have 3 female leads, we can share.
Yeah, this is my guy.
Yeah, to have 3.
You have to use the Sonic to get the scooter to go faster.
Screwdriver.
I should have done.
Maybe.
But to have 3 female leads who are not like dolly birds, and they're not, because obviously Sam's like a retired I'm a middle-aged single mom. The youngest person, I suppose, is the vicar's wife, but she's in her 40s as well. And in these kind of TV shows, all these age groups are invisible on most TV shows. You know what I mean? We're not invisible in the sense that you won't be carrying the show. You could be the neighbor or the shopkeeper, or the woman in this one, or the mom, or this and that. So it's so refreshing that we are leading this show and telling these stories and having a ball, trust me. I mean, we spend 3.5 to 4 months in Marlow every year is a joy. If you ever get a chance to go to Marlow, oh my goodness.
It is on my list.
God, it's so beautiful. Lovely restaurants. Ooh la la.
Right after visiting the real Manchester, that's definitely on my list.
Thank you.
Now, one more question before I turn it over to the audience. You have been acting for over years, undisclosed number of years, but you can do some math if you. Long time. How has acting changed for you over the years? How has your sense of the industry changed over the years?
Well, you know, things have opened up a lot more for women. You know, we're not so much in the dark ages anymore. You know, there's still work to be done. You know, but we've got shows like the Marlow Murder Club where women of a certain age are telling stories, which is gorgeous. And in terms of being a black actress, again, stories are opening up. I mean, I spent the first part of my career when all you were getting was to play Thug 1 or Thug 2 or a nurse, you know, or a nurse, or you play. There was no in-between or grey areas. You were either the baddie, you are so bad, you're the most wickedest person, or you're a saint. You're an angel, you can do no wrong. You know, people are not like that. You know, you want shade, you want nuance, you want, you know. And so that has changed also in terms of the parts that I go up for. And that's refreshing, really refreshing. So I hope I'm leaving the door open for the next generation that are coming through as well.
I thought this was going to be I actually have one more. Since you said you were a writer.
You lied. You said you would finish.
I know. You mentioned opening the door, and you also mentioned being a writer. If you had to write some whole TV show or a stage play, what would you put in it?
Well, I'm writing at the moment. I always write. But I started off, as I said to you, I started off writing comedy sketches and writing jokes for people and always comedy things. And then I wrote a play called Shoot to Win many years ago with my friend Tracy Daly and Josephine Melville, no longer with us. Anyway, Shoot to Win was about a netball team. Netball's not really big in this country.
Not really, no.
But it done really well in London and it toured and we had great reviews and everything. And then some people in New York came across the play and wanted to do it. And they changed netball to basketball. And they performed it at the, in New York, is it Cherry Orchard Theatre?
That sounds about right.
Yeah. And so that play had its life, and then lots of people, back in the day when we first wrote the play, came to us and said, oh, you know, let's do it as a TV. You know, we had these meetings, all these big execs and things, but back then, because the play consisted of 7 female artists, and of the 7, 6 were of black and brown, and there was 1 white actress in it. When we went to all the meetings, they were telling us, we would have ended up with maybe 2 black or brown artists, and the rest would have been white. And that wasn't the story, do you know what I mean? It was all these different stories that was relating culturally to these people. So we kind of put it down. But now we're in a different time yet again, where I can tell that story. And I've been approached again, and I'm trying to turn it into a 6-part TV series, and that's happening as we speak. So it's about a netball team, but what happens is we meet this netball team 20 years later, who haven't played netball for a while, but something happens that brings them all back together, where they're going to play netball again.
So it's like a team reunion.
Exactly, like a team reunion, you know. So so that's what. So I don't have to imagine, because I'm actually doing it as we speak.
I love that. I hope we get to see it too.
You will.
Now, for real, I'm going to turn this over to questions. I don't have. Are there mics in the audience, or y'all just have to shout?
Project, darling.
We're just project, darling. Let's start with Dave.
Howdy. For Doctor Who, you were equally convincing as
shows, you would do, especially live sketch shows in theatre, you come on stage with one hat, go off stage left, enter through with the next wig on, play another character. You got to just be able to switch it like this. You know, but in filming, I had time. It wasn't like I had to, we spent a lot of time shooting the roof scenes, and I had time to develop that character. And so it's no different to any other job other than I was doing the two characters in the one show. But it was no different to any other gig. You get a part, you think, oh, how am I going to do this? Who is she? What is it? You know, what makes her tick? You know, and I'm glad that it worked. So thank you very much. I'm glad you could see it.
All right, next.
What do you think about The Fugitive Doctor and River Song teaming up together?
Okay, River.
Yeah.
Interesting combo.
No, I think that's a juicy comment. Very juicy. I like it. Again, get on the phone. Talk to my people, talk to your people, talk to the big people up there, and let's make it happen. Because I'm ready.
All right, Nadia, next.
Hi. So, for you talked about how you wanted to be in theater. Would you also consider being in a musical? If so,
Well, what I will say to you is, once you've heard me sing, girl, you're going to run for your life.
Door right there.
Once you heard me sing, girl, you're going to demand your money back. I want my money
You're
back.
next.
So a lot of actors who have played the Doctor, I've heard their stories of like they immediately went and called everyone they knew. Obviously, you couldn't really do that because it was a plot twist. What was it like keeping that secret, and did you ever break the rules and tell anyone?
It was bloody annoying. I wanted to shout it from the rooftops, I'm going to be a doctor! I'm going to be a doctor! I wanted to say, but I didn't. And I especially had to be careful with my son because he is a Whovian and he's got a whole lot of friends over here. You know? So even if I said to him, son, don't tell anyone, because he was so young.
The entire neighborhood would have known.
Yeah, please, everyone would have known. You know, but so my husband knew, and then one of my big sisters knew, and the only reason she knew was because when everything, I got offered the job and I found I was going to be a doctor and it was all good, and at that time, not to name drop, I was shooting a series called, with Idris Elba, oh God.
In the long run?
In the long run, right? And it overran, and there was one day that crossed over into Doctor Who, and my agent was like, don't worry, it's one day, we're going to make this work. She spoke to the Idris people and said, can you change this day? La, la, la. They said, we can't change the day because we've hired a hotel, it's cost loads of money, and Joe's never seen in that hotel, we can't get that hotel again, and la 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 la. She's then gone to Doctor Who people, can we get Joe to come a day later? We can't because we've got this happening and that happening. So then my agent had to call me and tell me that the job was no longer mine.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine? I was like, I didn't know. Now, I've been with my agent for 20 odd years. She's a tough woman, right? She broke down in tears. I didn't cry because I said, well, I'm a great believer in what's for me can't pass me. And if it's not for me, then someone else is going to get an incredible phone call saying you're going to be a doctor. And most likely it's someone that I know. So, but I was disappointed, don't get it twisted. I was really sad, but I was like, this isn't real life. But my agent was crying, and I had to just make peace with it.
Yeah.
Told my husband, he was like, don't worry, honey, like me, he's very philosophical. He's like, it wasn't for you, it's all good, sorry, And then on the Tuesday, this was the Friday, my agent called me up, Joe! Doctor, people said they'll change the day, but you have to get in the car as you wrap on the interview show the same day and head to Wales and start Doctor Who. So I had no time to really prep. I had to be prepping, while I was shooting another job, do you know what I mean? But I nearly lost that job. So I don't know why that story came up, because what he asked me was, did I tell you one? No, that's why, because I remember calling my big sister and saying, you wouldn't believe, I had this job, But I thought I wasn't doing it anymore, it's not a secret.
Right.
So I said I thought I had this job and la la la. And she was like, girl, you got to get that job back because that's your pension.
So weird story. All right. Nice, doctor.
Yeah. Thank you. You're fantastic, by the way.
Thank you.
You nailed the doctor, and I wondered if there were any particular inspirations you pulled from when you were getting in the head of portraying the doctor, and where your doctor you would love to see going in a period piece.
Well, I suppose I did draw from, I noticed it, but my mum,
Okay.
you know, who's no longer with us, but there's a certain vibe my mum had. If you knew her, you'd understand why, but you don't know her, but I did very well, so I drew a lot from her. Also, as I said, when I put that outfit on, it was giving me Capaldi.
Okay.
And so there's some elements of that I took from also. In terms of where I want my character to go in time, I want to go forward.
Okay.
I'm not sure, you know, we can go back, we can do this, but I want to go forward. I want to imagine what's going to be going on 100 years from now.
Interesting.
You know, that's where I want to be. Yeah.
All right. Well, there's a whole ton of hands that popped up. You first.
Forgive the silly question. You're a dog walker in the Marlowe Mysteries. So is it a challenge because you're not very fond of dogs, or you love dogs and they're great?
No, I love dogs. I absolutely love dogs. I don't have one because the nature of the work that me and my husband do, we're just not around enough. So we have cats, but I eventually do want a dog. I grew up with dogs when I was little, and so it was a great joy. It's just unfortunate. One of the dogs we had to get rid of because the dog bit me.
Should have zapped it with the Sonic.
I should have done more than exactly.
Should get Canine, this perfect dog.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, so, but other than that, no, it's a real joy. It's a real joy. The hero dog in the show, Luna, real name Daisy, is an amazing dog. She's so cute. And then we've got all these other little mutts that come in and out, you know, who are just incredible. So it's a real joy for me. And I remember when they offered me the job, they were like, but you do like dogs, don't you? But even if I didn't, what do you think I'm going to say?
Yeah.
Oh, I love them, I love them. It's like when I got a job and I couldn't drive, and Lenny Henry actually did a series called Chef, playing his...
Oh, shit.
I played his mistress for about 2 or 3 episodes. I played his mistress, and I had to drive this Mercs. And they said, oh, you do drive? I said, yeah, of course I drive. I didn't drive, and I nearly killed everyone. But anyway, that's another story another day. Yes, next question.
Next story. A possible girl shirt back. You had your hand raised. Yeah.
I really enjoyed Hard Truths.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, what was that like? What was it? You know,
Let me tell you something. Mike Lee is one of my heroes. If any of you don't know Mike Lee, look up Mike Lee. He's an iconic British film director. He's now in his 80s. He can barely hear, but he's still incredible. I saw one of his films when I was 16, and the film was called Meantime. And when I saw this film, I thought it was a documentary. And it had Gary Oldman in it, it had people like Tim Roth, there were kids as well, young kids. And one of my friends said, no, this is a drama. This is a guy called Mike Lee, they're improv, he writes a script based off of your improv, blah. And I was like, what? This is for me. Yes, hello. Hello. I wrote to him